Have you ever wondered how fire alarms actually work? Um, so, usually I do. Earlier today, actually, like, while I was waiting for the car, wow, I was looking at these alarms. These one was at my school, and these were flush mounted, and I already know how they work. If some of you guys don't know how they work, I'll tell you. However, some stuff is probably a problem that I do not have, so I won't be talking about that. But you guys might be thinking, this is just gonna, like, works on its own, like, blah blah blah. But no, it doesn't. So, usually they do fire control panel, and they get some wires. I just got some bell wires, pretty much. Um, yeah. But if they have a wire like that, they need to make sure to at least use something to strip these out to actually look like focus this like that. So that's pretty much how. And also, if your wire if your wire is like that, I would make sure to cut it was like right there, because that's all you probably would need for it. Okay. There we go. So yeah. So, so first we'll talk about notification appliance. Yes, this is a notification appliance. Usually it's a fire alarm, but we probably supposed to call these notification appliances. Anyways, I'll tell you how it works. So this is a regular device. That's why, well, any kind, because of the mountain brackets. But usually you're supposed to use wires to connect to them, and that's how this works. You're supposed to have this, a negative wire go to the left, and then a positive wire to go to the right, and in the middle part is supposed to be for a different device. I'll show you a different device. Like, show you the simplex short. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a little hard to do with this Phillips screwdriver. Alright. Anyways, as you can see, there's two wire as well. Well, pretty much every remote should probably use two wire. But the one at the top is supposed to be your positive wire, and the one at the bottom is your negative wire. Um, However, here's something to note about True Words. They are not user friendly. Well, for installing though, usually if they have a simplex panel, um, like if they just automatically get a panel, I guess they don't need a smart sync module. But I guess if we get conventional, then we do probably. The wire's supposed to come through this hole and into these two wires. And then, like, you gotta install the back box. However, Truewords will not work on a single game back box. So you gotta use any type of 4x4 boxes. I only got the 30 version. And got it installed the mic there. We'll put the wire in. Then we're just gonna put the cover back on. And then it'll be good. There. That's how it work. Yeah. And such as the solar window, pretending that this is the put China. But this fake alert person is 2 wire. So pretty much we can just connect 2 wires to here on them, and they will work. And Gentex Commander 3 also works, however, there are some weird stuff, and I actually don't know much about some of these terminals. However, I do know that the S plus right here is for your positive wire, and then S minus is right here is where your. Why do I not have my screwdriver? And where is it? Right here is your negative wire. I think pretty much this one up here is probably for to connect the notifiers, and I believe these two are just probably there for. Speaking of commanders, like just because it's war, but when you're like snapping the device off, like you're taking the chip and then the file control panel will just get tricked, and then just take it off, and we can just snap a wire in. And also the condensor selection that works by moving it, the brightness of the strobe. Same with the advance. So yeah. Now we'll talk about YouTube, which as you can see is one of the pull stations. It is an NBT12LX. This is addressable, like the simple truer. However, this is a better version where you probably can convert these ones to conventionals. I don't know if this one is possible, but I'm still gonna try though. Probably will not, but yeah. Here's how these work. If we go back, we got terminals, and the negative wire is supposed to go on the left, which is number 1, and the positive wire is supposed to go right here, and then number here. I don't know what it does, but it might be something, and number 3 is just for nothing. These wires will look weird. I think we have to cut one wire maybe, but I don't know. I don't think that's how it works. But anyways, when you pull a actually let me set something off actually. I'll set my computer off since I don't set it off currently. So we gotta get some wire. Actually, let me take this wire in case. Okay. Put that in there. Alright. Then number 2 wire. We'll just put in to negative. There we go. And we can just basically snap a wire in, and we'll do that 15. Actually, let's do 30 canola. 30 canola. And now the device is installed. Usually you're supposed to connect some wires to this. And yeah. So when you pull the firewall like that, so the pull station, the firewall control panel will, when you pull it, it will send directly to the phone control panel to set the alarms off. Which I'll actually go ahead and set it off for demonstration. It's gonna set your, oh, it's gonna set your alarm off. And yeah, that's great. But yeah, it's gonna usually set your fire alarm off. And that's how it works. However, when you silence the control panel, you can't automatically set it because if your full station is still activated. So, where's my keys? So, you gotta actually reset it, open it, and we gotta close it. Other than that, close it, and just to make sure nobody tampers with it and open it, you gotta lock it. So yeah. I think that's probably about it, and how this is just basically a just a video. I'm still trying to learn about firearms, so this is just there will be a remake video about this. I don't know when it will be, probably not for a while, but yeah, that's about it. So yeah, thanks for watching.